homesteading challenge. As you can see, I've kind of got some items placed off to the side. Should make it obvious what we're building, but we're building the sheriff's office and jail. Now, I decided to base this on Paramount Ranch, which actually burned down in 2018, but before that, it was used in so many TV shows and movies and anything that was kind of a Western. It was just a little complete town that was built up. It was even in Westworld, which is a recent TV show, but it was, let's see, yeah, Paramount Pictures built it in between the 20s and the 40s, and it's like a Wild West themed town that they just used for filming, and I just think it's interesting and unique. I like these faux Western towns that exist. I mentioned before that I used to work in Virginia City, Montana, and there's a neighboring town that's not very far away at all, like you can walk there, called Nevada City, which is essentially that. Like, it's not real. It's built along kind of real lines, but the buildings aren't original to the area. Of course, those buildings are actual historical buildings, whereas the ones in Paramount Ranch are just their idea of a Western town. But I think that it really shaped our understanding of what those towns should look like and feel like, and I wanted a little piece of it, especially because it did burn down. They are rebuilding it. I don't know how many are not going to be there. Sounds like they don't want to rebuild the complete Western town. So yeah, I decided that would be my inspiration for the jail. It didn't need to be big anyways. This is meant to be a small town, so there's just one cell. Probably when someone gets rowdy, that's where they have to go. The roof was really hard. I tried a lot of different things, because sometimes The Sims 2 loves us, and sometimes The Sims 2 does not. And today, it did not love me. The columns I chose didn't have footprints above them. It was not great. I also forgot to install OMSPs for this neighborhood, so I need to go back and install those because I had little clutter items, but I couldn't put them on his desk, so yeah. And I did say him because there is a sheriff. I actually am populating the background of this town. I won't be, well, I don't know, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but there will be characters from old Western TV shows, romance novels, just characters that I think are fun or silly or really fit in. And one of them is the sheriff. This is based on a neighborhood I did a really, really long time ago, which was based on a movie. And I don't think I've ever actually posted them like on Tumblr or anything. Like, when I say a long time ago, I mean 7 or 8 plus years ago. And yeah, I'm bringing them back. They're not good. I'll just admit who it is. It's the Ponape family from 7 Brides for 7 Brothers. This time around, I'm not going to make them related, so I'm going to give them all different names, but that is who The Sims were based on originally, and that's kind of who they're going to be based on now. So in my head for this neighborhood, they are 7 men who were raised together but are not biologically related, just because that would really kill the gene pool very quickly in this town. So yeah, one of them is going to be the sheriff. That's why I added some like cutesy decorative items as well, because I feel like his wife would be the type to kind of show up and try and make the jail look nice. She just seems, again, the type. I had a really hard time finding a wooden bench too. I went on like an hour-long journey trying to find an appropriate wooden bench for outside. I'm still not completely satisfied, but it's sufficient. It's like a rough-hewn log one that I got off TSR. And yeah. So I wanted there to be, I had some ideas for what I wanted this to look like. I wanted there to be a cell with a bathroom, or at least a bucket in it. There needed to be a little sheriff office desk set up. I wanted there to be like a fireplace with like a nice cozy chair. And then I wanted there to be a sitting area with that specific bench. Everything else on the inside was kind of, there just doesn't need to be too many things in here. Originally where I had the desk, I was thinking about it, I'm like, well, that doesn't make sense because the cell is right there. You don't want to be sitting right by whoever's in trouble. So I had to move that. I do change the window to a bigger one simply because I wanted to use these bars, and those windows don't make sense for these bars. I know a giant window in the jail cell doesn't make sense, but I don't care. There's bars in the window. It is aesthetically pleasing to me, so I don't care. And that's all there is to it. Plus, again, this is a small town. There's not a ton of nonsense. It does bother me a great deal that that sign is misspelled, but not enough to do anything about it. It's also in English, which I don't prefer, but I mentioned this in the general store video. If it's between English signs and nothing, I'm gonna put the English signs up. That's all there is to it. So yeah, I wanted to put like the rifle, maybe it's like a commemorative one, maybe it's like, oh, you 10 years of service, this rifle, you caught some guy with it, or whatever. I don't know. And I did want a horse paddock as well, because it made sense. I put some wanted posters by the stove. Missing dog. Why not? I also really liked this painting from Horse Ranch. It was off center, which was annoying me, but I fixed it later. I was just kind of grabbing things. I figured they'd have like little canisters, things like that. Stuff to clean the cell for when nobody's in it. End up moving the bench over there. Yeah. I mean, it's a really simple little build, but I like it. I'm happy with it. I wanted the bell because I figured like maybe if the sheriff isn't in the office and somebody comes there, they can ring the bell and you can hear it kind of throughout town because town's not very large. And this is me realizing I don't have OMSPs. I looked for them anyways, but I already knew. I already knew what I had done. And I was very frustrated with me. Yes, keys in the wall, gotta have those. It's one thing I'm enjoying about this neighborhood is it's so simplistic, but it is so indicative of like those classic movies that I watched growing up. Like my dad was obsessed with Bonanza, Little House on the Prairie, like all of it. I watched it. And so building something kind of from that really makes me happy, and especially the Westworld connection because that's like the modern equivalent almost. And I was obsessed with Westworld, still am. Very upset that they didn't get to complete it the way that they no doubt wanted to, but that's just the state of television these days. Huh, there's like a giant moving truck outside, I wonder why. So yeah, got a little needlepoint. Like I said, I figure his wife came in and just like, you gotta make it pretty. There's a few books and things, but he's not super booky, so it just didn't make sense. Again, I wish those posters were not in English, but it's fine, I mean, I don't foresee this being like a very busy place, so I like the idea that the sheriff, it's like his escape, where he gets to be cozy. And yeah, and then we're gonna build a little kind of stall thing outside for the horse. I have a recolor of the horse that has a halter on, and I wish I had more because it's a paint, and I wish I had all of them with it on, but like I poked at it once and it scared me, so I did not do it again. Because yeah, it just adds to the ambiance, I don't know, the realism. Words are hard. It just makes it look better, especially with these sun and moon horses which move, so putting decorative tack on them doesn't work very well because they move. And so you want to make sure that that's a little archery hay stack, by the way. That's why I put the stone fence, because I'm like, well, I don't want to throw axes at the horse. Or not axes, sorry, bow and arrow. Yeah, just doing a little bit of train paint, nothing fancy, nothing crazy. Slap some trees down and kind of call it a day, but for the purpose that it serves, which is going to be mostly decorative, to be honest, I think that it's good, you know? I really want to push the Sims in this neighborhood to travel more. I'm so bad about going to community lots. Like, my Sims just live on their lot. And I want to make them go to town more, so I might be implementing kind of a role system where they have to go to town at least once, and just randomizing which lot they go to. But we'll see. But let me know if you had heard about Paramount Ranch before, if you watched any shows that have been there. If you like this video, please give it a like. It really does help, and I will see you in the next one.